Peace and blessings is real. First and foremost, so I want to take this time and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten Son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out. And I hope you sincere brothers and sisters is edified by this word. And the name of the lesson tonight is going to be called Sign of the End Times, Biblical News, Volume 275. And in this edition, we're going to speak about the controversial police shootings involving blacks, man. This is becoming to be a common thing in the black community all over the world. This is starting to be a thing of normality. And if you are a person of color, this is the clearest sign that we're in the end times, because these police shootings involving blacks is becoming the new normal. I understand as a police officer that it's a tough job. You know, it's tough being a police officer in the world today. And I understand that these police officers, it's a lot of pressure on them. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want to not discredit the job that they do. It's a very tough job in today's climate. You know, being a police officer is probably one of the toughest jobs to hold. But when you take on that position of a police officer, you have to be trained. You have to understand what you sign up for, and you have to understand proper protocol, and you have to understand that you don't take a life if it's not necessary. You see, these are common things that you should know. Let's not be stupid, y'all. Officers get killed. So I understand the concept of an officer saying, I'm going to kill them before they kill me. I get that. But a lot of the shootings involving blacks have not been where these officers' lives was in jeopardy, so to speak. I named this a Sign of the End Time, Biblical News, Volume 275, Controversial Police Shootings Involving Blacks, because it's an extreme public disagreement. It's a state of contention that's happening, okay, with the latest police shootings towards black folks. Okay, Andrew Brown Jr., 42 years old, okay, a father of 7, okay, was just gunned down by the police, okay? And Elizabeth City, North Carolina, right now is under state of emergency, awaiting the release of the police body cameras footage. What we know right now is Andrew Brown Jr. was shot in the back. If that holds to be true, by him being shot in the back, that means he posed no threat at all to the police. So there's no reason why he should have been killed by the police, let alone shot in the back. Jacob Blake here in Milwaukee, well, outside of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, in Kenosha, Wisconsin, he was shot in the back, shot several times. He didn't pose a threat at that point. But they say because he had a knife or was reaching for a knife or was reaching for a gun, whatever they say, it appeared that Jacob Blake was doing, they feared for their life to the point where they shot him 8-9 times. And that's where the controversy comes in at, because I find it hard to believe that these officers are not trained to know how to deal with civilians in all type of situations. They have tactical teams, they have SWAT teams, they have negotiators, they have a lot of different strategies, a lot of different specialists, a lot of different trainings, a lot of different scenarios that you will go through as a police officer where you reserve life. Life is the last thought on their mind as far as preserving life. Is straight murder. Murder. And we're not speaking about the officers' lives that's on the line. We're speaking about the officers that are killing individuals that did not pose a threat to their life. You had Dante Wright most recently, another situation. Then you had Micaiah Bryant, a 16-year-old female, and a bunch of others in the most recent days and weeks, man. This has happened. I mean, even with the George Floyd verdict, coming back guilty for the police officer. His name don't come to my mind at this point. But even though we scored a big victory, it's not going to change the attitude of these officers when it comes to interaction with black folks. Whether they got warrants out, whether they criminals or whatever the case may be, everybody have their day in court. But a lot of these officers are making sure that these black dudes are not having their way in court. They're having their way to the grave. They're having their way to the cemetery. You see? And that ain't how it's supposed to be, man. In the Bible, man, police brutality ain't nothing new. In Ecclesiastes 1:9, they tell you ain't nothing new under the sun. And even in Yahweh day, when he walked the earth, police brutality and things of that nature was happening, man. In Mark 14:65, it says, then some of them began to spit at him as they blindfolded him and beat him with their fists. Prophesy to us, they jeered, and the guards slapped them as they took him away. So Yahweh was spit on, blindfolded, and beat, man. Police brutality. So even back then, the only thing they didn't do to Yahweh was shoot him and kill him. But the same behavior is happening today. The police need to be policed, man. You see, the police need to be held accountable. And until that happens, these controversial police shootings involving our black men is going to continue to happen. You don't see no other ethnic group that have interactions, police shootings involved, other than us for the most part. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's other ethnic groups that had some of this happening, but everybody know 90%, I'll say, of the police shootings that's been happening where they've been killing victims or killing men is black folks. It's a clear sign we in the end times, man. Even in Paul's day, the police brutality went on then. It told you in Acts 16:37, but Paul replied, they have publicly beaten us without a trial and put us in prison. And we are Roman citizens. So now they want us to leave secretly? Certainly not. Let them come themselves to release us. You see that? Excuse me. So even in Paul's day, they were publicly beaten without a trial. And these men are being publicly shot and killed without a trial, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. And like I said, man, this is not to discredit the job that police do. All I'm saying is it's too many controversial police shootings involving blacks, man, being killed. And I just think that, I don't know if it's an agenda, a secret agenda to kill black men, criminals, whatever the case may be. I don't know what it is, man. But George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, the list goes on and on and on. Eric Garner, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. When do it stop? When do it stop? When do it stop? When do it stop, man? When do it stop? When do it stop? Until these polices are held accountable, like what just happened with George Floyd, and I think they were forced to convict this man because of it was outrageous what he did. So at the end of the day, listen, man, what's the name of the word? Sign of the End Times, Biblical News, volume 275. controversial police shooting involving blacks, man. We need to really, really, really police these police officers and hold these people accountable, man, because the way I see it, they just getting started, man. I haven't seen nothing to suggest that they're going to stop this behavior. All I'm seeing is they're going to turn up, and turn up some more, man. And we ain't talking about turn up greens either, man. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters was edified by this word, and we give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out. And hey, man, keep Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua, first in everything you do, and stay prayed up, man, at all times, man. Shalom.